I want to talk about this 3 day manifestation technique, and it doesn't have to be 3 days, it could be 3 hours, 3 months, 3 years. It all depends on you. Now, this 3 day manifestation technique is not something that requires a lot of work. You don't need to write down affirmations 1,000 times, but it's something that is internal and will require you to stand firm in your conviction and in yourself. And this is where true power lies. It is always within you, it's not external. You do not need to try all these fancy rituals because you are everything that you ever need. You are it. You are the I am. So, whatever your conviction is what will materialize. But this technique is something that I come across from Bentinho Massaro. He is like a spiritual teacher. I know a lot of people have some opposing beliefs with him, but just hear me out on just this particular technique because it is something that you can incorporate in your daily life. And I know for a fact that you will come across it because it is one of those things that we're all going to go through. And that is when you decide what you want. If it is something that's so wild and big that doesn't fit in with your current physical reality, people will call it delusional. People will call it unrealistic. People will call you cuckoo, crazy, woo woo, come back down to earth. They will say all the weirdest things to make you not believe in your dreams and your goals and believe that it is possible for you. This is not the case. Their opinions are their own beliefs based off their own experiences, how they've been brought up, their family's opinions, their childhood. It does not matter. If you believe in something that seems outrageous and delusional, it is because you have the capability of achieving it. You have that desire for a reason. So let's just say a 3 day process for the time being. So, day one is when you get this new vision for yourself, this new inspiration, this new idea, this new passion that your soul suddenly set alight, and you're so excited. You're feeling inspired, you're feeling motivated. So, day one, you are looking for ways of how to achieve something. You are beginning to take some action, you are writing down notes, whatever it may be. That day one ends up being filled with desire, excitement, passion. The frequency is high. The frequency is super divine. It is such an inspiring motivation. Maybe you decide that you want to start losing weight and you want a dream body. You will start feeling super inspired. You will start researching diet plans. You will start researching exercise routines. You will start looking for fitness influencers and YouTube channels that can help you along your journey, and you feel so passionate. We've all had that. We've all felt super inspired about something, and we've gone full deep into this rabbit hole of how we can achieve it. We're on fire, okay? Day two doesn't have to be day two. It could be 2 hours later. It could be 2 weeks later. It's just the next step. The next step, you share your desire. You share your passion with a loved one. You share your passion with your parents or a co-worker, a friend at school, friend at work, whatever it may be, your best friend. You share that desire and goal to them. And they turn around and say, be realistic. You're delusional. Nobody like us succeeds like that. That is for the special. You're not going to achieve that. How are you going to achieve that? You're a bit woo-woo. That's not going to happen. You know, the typical be realistic, come back down to earth. It's not going to happen for you. It doesn't happen to people like us. Because you are thinking outside of the box. You are dreaming big to what, your friend or your family member they've never gotten out of that box that they've kept themselves in, because majority of people are only projecting and giving their opinions based off their own experiences, how they've been brought up. So their beliefs are their beliefs. But it's in the day two is when those opinions, those comments, those reactions can either push you towards greatness quicker or repel that very thing, and you're back at square one. You're starting again. Because some people's comments can literally change your entire life, whether you go for something or whether you just quit then and there. People's opinions can dictate your future if you let it. Whether it's positive or negative, that's up to you to decide. But if you let somebody's negative opinions dictate your future, you will have a sense of regret. It is in that day 2 where somebody projects their negative opinion on you, is where you decide whether you go forward or you quit. Are you going to allow their insecurities, their negative beliefs, stop you from achieving the things that you want? In that day 2, you need to require so much discipline, power, and confidence in your vision, and to not let anybody take that away from you. If somebody gives you a negative comment and says you're delusional and you cannot achieve it, ask yourself, do they have what you want? Never listen to people who don't have what you want. Listen to people who have what you want. Listen to people who have the dreams, the goals, the success, the wealth, the relationship that you crave and desire and that you dream of. Because you can hear their story, you can learn from them, you can gain experience. Don't listen to people who don't have what you want. You wouldn't listen to people who talk about wealth from somebody who's broke. You know, you wouldn't listen to somebody who's so dead broke with no money give you money advice. How to become a millionaire. Sorry, where is your millions in the bank? You just wouldn't. So if somebody is trying to stop you from going for your goals because they're delusional, you need to ask yourself, do they have what you want? Do you inspire to be like them? Do you want to be like them? Do they have a fulfilling life, career, finances, relationship? Don't take relationship advice from somebody who has been single their entire lives. They don't know anything about relationships. They don't know how to hold up a relationship. So it's in that day 2 is where the power lies. You need to start asking these questions before you quit. Because it's in that time is whether it does take 2 weeks, 2 months, it doesn't matter. But when you decide you want to achieve something and then you start sharing your dreams and your goals, you will have people's opposing opinions. It's going to happen. Whether you know them, whether they're strangers or not, you will have opposite opinions. That is life. Not everyone is going to agree with you. But it's in your conviction. Are you going to let that stop you from dreaming? Are you going to let that stop you from going for your dreams and your goals? Because that would dictate where you will end up in your future. Because if you quit then and there, you've proved them right. You've proved the people who said you were delusional right. Because you quit and you didn't go forth. So in that day 2 is the 2-day process. Are you going to push forward and not let those opinions dictate whether you go for your dreams? And now let's get to day 3. 3rd month, 3rd year, doesn't matter. 3 hours later, doesn't matter. It's just a step-by-step process. Day 3, that step is taking action towards your dreams and goals. Because when you take action towards your dreams and goals, no matter how big and small, you're bringing that very thing closer to you. You're gaining wisdom, experience, knowledge, confidence, power. That power and passion and fire towards the things that you want will bring it forth quicker. But not only that, when you take action, not from a place of trying and resistance, you take action because you enjoy it, because you get excited about it. And that's why if you have a dream and a goal, it has to light you up. It has to make you feel super excited, whether you're getting paid for it or not. That's how you bring things towards you, because you love them so much. You are enjoying the journey and the process. And it naturally comes to you quicker because you are not trying so hard to prove others wrong. You're doing it because of the love and the energetical frequency of doing it. And that's why I always preach authenticity, doing what you love, whatever feels authentic and natural to you, because we all have a special talent. If you have that goal and that desire, you will achieve it, despite people's opinions. But taking the action will lead you closer than not taking action. I mean, that's completely obvious, right? So the more action you're taking from a place of alignment, you will start to feel a sense of confidence and freedom that nobody can take from you, because it's like, I know I can do it because I have been doing it. You don't need to tell people the actions that you're taking behind the scenes. You don't need to tell somebody, look, I am taking action towards this goal and I'm going to prove you wrong. That is not how you're going to act. You're going to let that person give their negative opinion, put it in one ear and out the other, like, whatever. Don't take it too deeply or react, because that's just proving that, maybe they're right. Just take it on board. But internally, their opinion is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. And as you start taking these actions behind the scene without the need of approval from your friends or your family who doubted you, you will gain that sense of oneness, confidence, and power within you that you know you're going to achieve it. And it's a knowing. It's like, I know I am, because I've progressed. I've done what I needed to do. I'm going to keep moving forward. And when it happens, it happens. I'm getting closer either way because I've taken the action. This is how manifestation happens. Day 3, step 3, is when you start bringing forth your manifestation. You start seeing evidence of it. And that's when your confidence starts rising. That's when things come to you quicker, because it's like, I know I'm on the right track. I've taken the action. I feel good. And I'm not letting anybody outside of me dictate whether I can or cannot achieve something. You're taking your power back. And that is how manifestation and creation happens, because you are the creator of your life. Other people can influence you, tell you whether you can or cannot achieve something. But if you believe that they're right, you will create that. If you believe that somebody's opinion that you're going to fail is true, you won't take the action. Therefore, you're creating that very failure, and because you quit in your life, you are proving that they're right. You design your life how you want, because your life is your life. You are the creator. So if you decide to take action, you will eventually get there. You will materialize it. You will manifest it. But just do not stop if you don't see results, because it's in that day 3 when you're taking lots of action, you are still on fire, excited, but maybe you're getting a little bit of doubt. Maybe you're thinking, okay, maybe they're right. Maybe I am being a bit delusional. Maybe this isn't going to work out. That is the biggest test in your 3-day manifestation technique. The day 3, you get those doubts, you get those worries, you get those concerns, and you start looking at reality and going, I don't think it's going to work out. I haven't seen the results. But you don't realize how close you can be. You could be 2 feet away from the things that you are trying to bring forth. You don't realize how close you can be, but you won't get there if you quit. It is ignoring reality, ignoring the signs, ignoring the proof, and have a knowing that I know I'm going to get there. I know it's coming because I've taken the action. I feel good. I'm excited. I'm in alignment. I know it's delusional to everybody else, because that's the thing. If everybody around you thinks you're delusional and thinks you're unrealistic, that means that that dream is for you. It's in alignment with you. But you have to also push through those delusional doubts and that negative thought process to the other side of that, because the other side of that is, I told you so. I knew I could do it. Everyone that you've seen online or who is successful in singing, acting, whatever it may be, they had that period of doubt. But it's through that doubt where they did not quit and they pushed through. Because on the other side of that worry, that fear, that doubtfulness is the success, is the evidence. And everybody starts from nowhere. We've all started, but we haven't had clients, we haven't had any evidence, we haven't had any followers, we haven't had any customers for our business. There's no evidence, there's no proof, there's no photos for our portfolio for whatever business that we're doing. We've all started from ground zero. But as you start building it up, you gain momentum, confidence. And just because it is not the final outcome doesn't mean that you're a failure. It means you're in the third day process. It's just around the corner. And there's no point of just firing away and wanting to get to the destination, have it done, completed. It is about the journey of evolving into the person you need to become to achieve that is the most exciting and rewarding. Because in that process, you are gaining confidence and discipline in yourself and taking your power back and not allowing people outside of you to dictate what you should and shouldn't do. You are becoming the powerful creator that you came here to be. And those people around you that doubted you, they will ask you how you did it. And that is fun. That is a rewarding question to get, because you realize that all along the power was within you, and you can achieve whatever it is that you want. If you stay put into this 3-day process, trust yourself, you're going to achieve it. You're going to get there. Believe in those delusional dreams because you have them for a reason. Have faith. Trust whatever you're going through is there to evolve you into the great being that you are to get to where you need to go. So I invite you today to, if you do have a desire and dream, go for this process. See where you're at in this step process. Are you on day 2 where people are doubting you? If so, push through it. Prove them wrong internally. You know you can do it. What can you do today to increase your confidence in yourself? Take action, whatever that is. Even if it's nothing to do with that very thing, find something that can increase your confidence in yourself and take your power back, because you deserve all the success and love. And trust me, it is so rewarding when you take your power back and know that you are the powerful creator of your own reality, and you really can achieve anything that you want when you get this right, when you correct your mindset and don't allow everybody else to influence you. So let me know what phase you're at and keep pushing. Do not stop, because if you stop, you failed, and then we'll have to start with day 1 again, which is not as exciting as going through the day 2 to day 3. So whatever it is that you want, you are capable of achieving it. You just have to have that belief, insane power and belief in yourself. So have a beautiful day, guys, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye.